Yeah, I mean, you guys have out-rebounded every opponent this season, MAC play so far, and won the battle today. I think it was 42 to 30 or something like that. You obviously led the team with 6. I mean, has that been a point of emphasis to make sure you out-rebound the opponent because that gives you the best chance to win?
Yeah, that's definitely a point of emphasis, but I mean, we go in and out of practice day in, day out talking about not letting teams out-rebound us on the offensive boards, and then we fight to get those ORBs in the first half. I'm not sure if we got as many in the second half, but I know we fought hard for all those boards we got today.
And then obviously this game means a lot more than the basketball that was played on the court today. I mean, just what does Coach tell you about this story of Sierra's foundation and all of that? I mean, just what was the message this week just about playing for more than yourself and just playing for this cause?
I think definitely having the community rally around us for this cause is amazing. Seeing everyone come out in their purple today, and then having all the auctions, how many people kind of bought into that, and just being able to give back to the community on us playing basketball. It's amazing.
How much of an emphasis was it today to get into the paint rather than shoot? Because you guys want to shoot the ball, but it seemed like just throughout the game, the focus was to get inside the paint and dominate the physicality battle inside the paint.
I feel like one-on-one or like kick and drive, there's definitely a mismatch. Or if we're on the three-point line and we see them have a reckless closeout on us, we'll attack them, take their top foot and get down, draw fouls, and finish the play.
And what was the change at halftime that allowed you guys to pull away in the third quarter and ultimately win the game?
I think just definitely keeping our foot on the gas and just giving it our all the time.
Do you feel like at points you guys going too fast maybe you got to slow down or maybe take some more pump fakes as opposed to trying to be 100 miles per hour all the time?
Yeah, I feel like we definitely have those moments. I mean, anyone has those moments going faster than they think they actually are. So we just kind of have to adjust and learn by playing at that pace and practicing that pace in practice.
You've been efficient in the post all season, but again, shooting over 60% today. I mean, just what did Western Michigan do to allow you to just get some good open shots in the paint?
We practiced it on our scout. They were playing behind a lot, and we had an emphasis of finding the post inside, and also as post, actually wanting the ball, being confrontational in the paint, and just going for it.
And then what can you just say about the defensive effort today? I mean, holding them to 12, 10, 13, 11 points in each quarter is by far a season low for you guys in conference play. I mean, just what can you say about the improvement there?
I think we're on the way. We're improving. We have a lot of stuff we still need to figure out on defense, like our ball screen coverage at the end kind of lacked a little bit, but we are on the right track, and I mean, it's January. We still early in the season. We have a lot to build upon, but we're on the right way.
There was a point early in the third quarter where you might have been involved in a turnover. Coach took you out for Alexa, but she was speaking to you on the sideline about the play. I'm not going to ask what was said, but how do those conversations help you more so find your role on this team as the season goes on?
I mean, it definitely helps because, when Coach takes you out and tells you something you want to know, you want to know a solution. So I'm all there for the solution. I want to grow from the solution and come back in and have a positive impact on the game.
Great to be back here in our, in front of our home crowd, especially for a cause like Justice for Sierra. So I was thrilled to see how everyone showed up and showed out. And just so everybody knows, there's been a locker room competition going on about whose jersey will raise the most money. So we're a very competitive group. But from start to finish, I thought, again, defensively, we really executed a really good job. Only 4 turnovers in the first half, got a little loose with it in the second. But credit to Western Michigan, they had a great defensive plan. We're going to keep working to get better. Proud of our rebounding effort. And we need to continue that consistency on both ends of the floor.
Ginny, any update on Kendall? How's she doing?
Haven't heard yet. Sounds like she landed on a foot coming down off that. I didn't think it was a foul, but she's got to have space to land. If she doesn't have space to land, it is a foul. But that wasn't intentional. It's just part of playing the game. But she's a tough young lady, and it's going to be next man up if she's not able to go on the next one.
It felt like the defense was kind of tough to crack in the first quarter, first half. How did you sort of make of it, or how did you guys sort of crack through it?
Yeah, it felt like that, didn't it? And then we scored 19 points in the second quarter. It was like I was like coming out, steaming through the tunnel back there, and it was like, oh, shoot, we just scored 19 points in the second quarter. That's, we'll take an 80 average, right? But no, I mean, again, credit to them, veteran point guard leading their defense. She's just what she had tonight. Allie Carson played 39 minutes and 59 seconds. She's tough and a great player. So much respect for them. But again, I think we did miss some bunnies around the rim. There seems to be a lid on it. We're going to have to figure that out. But I liked our organization. I liked our shot selection. And I liked the way that we offensive rebounded out of the misses.
It just seemed like the first complete game you guys played since that game against Buffalo. Just talk about the improvement defensively, especially, holding them to under 50 points.
Yeah, no, I think, did we foul? I didn't feel like we fouled. No, yeah, they were 3 for 7 from the free throw line. Again, there are times, down at Ball State, and there are times on the road at Miami where, I think the foul count at Miami was 22-11, not in our favor. So just a lack of discipline there. We've really been harping on that. So we don't want to play great defense and then foul and give up an and one or put them on the line. So I think that was a big part of it. Just make the choice to not foul, just have that little next level of discipline. But then again, I think we're limiting people's offensive rebounding opportunities by clearing the box out, and then we can play in transition.
You guys have gotten up to some slow starts in MAC play, but have some really good second quarters. Is there anything you attribute that to? Is that just kind of the way it's been? Just how is having those strong second quarters really helped you get confidence going into halftime and just having a cushion in the second half?
We took largely the same shots in the second quarter. They just went in. I think we got to keep taking really good shots. And the slow starts are a credit to the other team's preparation. That these coaches do an amazing job of getting them ready, and then we need to, it's like a little we counter and then they counter, and we just keep going back and forth throughout the game with lineups and matchups and things like that. And that's what makes it so fun to be in this league. It's such a tough league. That's why you don't see, big margin wins and losses. Like everybody's ready every night, and there's such a competitiveness. So I'd say I attribute to a couple missed shots and shaking the dust off, and then good responses by our team to keep playing.
And lastly from me, obviously this game, few years you guys have had the Justice for Sierra game, but just what does this game in particular mean to you, and what did you kind of talk to the team about the meaning of this game and just the cause itself?
Yeah, no, we talked about it, and I think the beautiful thing about Toledo, which people don't really know unless I knew we had fans, right? But until you get here, until you feel the way the city shows up for the university and the way the university shows up for the city, and then the way that we could show up for each other when we use our platform for a cause like this, to provide education and put processes in place for prevention so that this never happens again. I think it's a beautiful thing, and I think it speaks to Toledo as a whole. It's really special.
Earlier in the week, or it might have been last week, you said that the team needs to lock in. There's a general definition for it, but as far as what it means to you, how do you see that play out to it?
I think I said we have buy-in, but sometimes we're lacking lock-in, right? We just got to really flip that switch. I think you can see it. I think you can see it coming. I think the tipping point is very near. And there was a moment there today where it was about to come, and Kendall hit that three, and they got that layup, and then she pops her ankle. So I felt the momentum really, really coming toward us. But the lock-in is just really understanding the system and each other. I think that's the biggest growth we've made since Buffalo in the last 3 games is, sometimes we just play forward and we don't understand, the person to the right, what their strengths are. And maybe we don't need to play forward. Maybe we need to play this way. And so now they're starting, you can see them, they're looking and they're like, wait a minute. If I go here, that brings you here and you're better here. It's a very elementary definition of it, but I think our staff's done a good job of simplifying stuff and getting us in better spots.
At the beginning of the third quarter, I think Miriam was involved in a turnover. You subbed in Alexa, you spoke to her there, and then later on, Miriam had a breakaway. She didn't pump fake or slow down, which obviously led to the ball getting stripped. I'm not going to ask what was said in those moments, but how do those conversations around you and her better her role?
No, she's extremely coachable. I felt like she slowed down and waited for her. I was like, if you're going to slow down, then you're going to have to get her in the air, right? And that's a crazy shot blocker coming after me. I don't know what I would have done. I probably would have never got the steal in the first place, but I was just kidding. But no, Miriam's incredibly coachable, and her mom was here from Germany today, which is really, really special that she was in the house, and you could see the team really looking for her. I think that speaks to our young ladies that they want each other to do well. Evan Carrier transferred here from Western Michigan. As soon as she went, everybody's like, come on, Evan! Like they just want it for each other so badly. It's a really, really special group.